Independence Day baseball for the Altoona Curve here at home yet again. Third year in a row the Curve have hosted on the 4th of July. Sean Brady, the left-hander, getting set to take on the Erie SeaWolves tonight as he gets the start for his first career Independence Day starting nod.
Well, Brady with the Curve this season, 3-5 with a 3.88 ERA in 10 starts, 62 2/3 innings of work, 36 strikeouts, 18 walks. Opponents hitting at 276 against him, righties 288, lefties 248. 4 games this season for Sean with 5+ strikeouts. He looks to have a good outing here tonight on the 4th of July.
They'll face a very good Erie lineup tonight as well. The southpaw faces Derek Hill. Right-handed bat digs in against the left-hander Brady. The windup and tonight's first pitch is over the outside part of the plate, but just off the dish for ball one. And we are underway tonight at 7:03. That's tonight's first delivery of the ball game, brought to you by U.S. Foods, located at Burns Avenue and Cannon Station, right off 764 on your way to Duncansville. U.S. Foods, they're your partner beyond the plate. Another one misses outside to Derek Hill, who enters play today hitting .230, but he's been a big bat for Erie the last couple of days. Swing and a miss at a 2-0 pitch. Derek Hill and the SeaWolves have walked off the last 3 days. They can't do that today because they're not playing at home. But they swept Binghamton in 3 games to start the week, all on walk-off hits. 2-1 pitch on the ground toward short. Gifton Gope grabs it, throws to first, in time for out number 1. So Brady gets a ground ball to start the contest. Now Isaac Paredes, one of 3 of Erie's Eastern League All-Stars, heading to Richmond next week, or actually at the end of this series. So Paredes digs in now, hitting .255. Young infielder and one of the top prospects in the Tigers minor league system as he hits right-handed against the southpaw Brady. The rock and the pitch, swung on ground ball foul over towards the third base side. Erie playing fantastic baseball. The Curve playing really well too. Erie, they've won 13 of their last 15 games to start the second half. They lead the Western Division standings by 2 games over Bowie. They are 4 games in front of the Curve in third place. They are 9-6 in half number 2. The 0-1 pitch, Paredes cuts and misses. It's 0-2. Erie has been so good to start the second half. They have actually passed the Curve and are a game and a half behind Harrisburg for the best overall record in the Western Division. The 0-2 pitch, outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Senators had a very hot month of April and carried their way into a first-half playoff berth by winning the division. And the race is on for half number 2. 1-2 pitch for Brady. High and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Paredes, in addition to 6 homers, he has 15 RBI, or 15 doubles rather, as he pops this one up foul into the first base seats out of play. Grandstands are full here early on in the ball game, and Wise bleachers are pretty much packed all the way full already too, and loads of fans on the Reliance Bank hillside. Not a bad seat in the house this evening. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Brady. Downstairs, the count goes full. Post-game fireworks tonight on Independence Day, and even if you're at home, you can still bid on the Starling Marte autographed jersey raffle. Find the details on altoonacurve.com or the social media platforms. 3-2 pitch. Line drive, right field, and it's going to fall in front of Bly Madris for a 1-out single for Isaac Paredes, first base runner of the game for the SeaWolves. The rest of the Curve defensively, Jarek Suiters at first, Mitchell Tolman at second base, Gifton Gope playing short, Robbie Glendinning at third base, Arden Pabst doing the catching. And the outfield, Chris Sharp is in left, Jared Oliva in center, and Bly Madris again in right field. This is the top defensive unit in the Eastern League and one of the best in minor league baseball. .985 fielding percentage and the fewest errors in all of AA. First pitch, line foul to the right and out of play for Jose Azucar, one of the best hitters in the league this season. Third with 81 hits overall. He's batting .282. 4 homers and 14 doubles. Brady working out of the stretch here. First time he's faced the SeaWolves all season. And he kicks with the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Sean Brady faced Erie 3 times a year ago as a member of Akron's roster. He's got Azokar an 0-2 count. The pitch. Line foul up into the first base seats again, right over the net and into the upper deck. 2 decks of seating here at PNG Field in Altoona, all green seats. The lower bowl and in the upper deck. No place 8,000 plus would rather be tonight. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, line foul, all to the right again, high into the grandstands. Skyliner rolling tonight, sending its newest riders up the hill right behind the right field wall. No balls and 2 strikes here on Jose Azokar. Left-hander Brady holds, looked down at first to Paredes, and delivers. Land in the air towards the right, and this will bend out of play. A lot of foul balls for Azokar. Stays alive at 0-2. The curve wearing the home whites tonight. Script curve across the chest, red numbers on the back, and they're pulling out the Red Sox tonight to go with the Stars and Stripes caps that they have on their head, special for the 4th of July tonight. Brady with a look down. Here's his 6th pitch on 0-2 to Azokar. Bounced foul at the plate again, and that is 4 in a row for Azokar. He's fouled off 5 total in this at-bat. And Sean Brady still looking for career strikeout number 499 right here at the plate potentially. He's ahead 0-2. With the look in, he comes set. Holds the glove high, and the 0-2 up high 1-2. Azokar takes it. Erie tonight wearing their alternate yellow tops, very pirate-looking look. Black Erie across the chest and the black lettering and black numbers on the back with the traveling gray pants. 1-2 pitch for Brady. Swinging another foul ball back to the screen. Azokar, now 8 pitches in the at-bat, and he has fouled off all but 2. Our umpires tonight, Patrick Sharshall is the crew chief of this crew, and he is behind home plate tonight calling the balls and strikes. Greg Romer, the umpire at first, and Aaron Higgins down at third base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Azokar. A ground ball towards third and wide of the bag. Jose Azokar. He has at least a strikeout per game this season, but he is really making it difficult for Brady. We're about to see pitch number 10 of this plate appearance, and he's fouled off 7 of the previous tosses. The hold in the 1-2. Up high, evens the count up. Dimensions here at Peoples Natural Gas Field, 325 down the right and left field lines. In center field, it's 405 at the batter's eye. That raises about 16 feet high. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Again, now from Brady, and he goes over to first, not in time to get Paredes. 375 power alley in right center. Left center, it's 385. 8-foot wall goes all the way around from the right field corner into left center field right below the video board, and it drops down to 6 feet and goes all the way across in left field. 2-2 pitch, swung on, hit to left field. Back on this one, Chris Sharp goes back. It's in the seats, 2-0 Erie. An 11 pitch, 9 foul ball at bat for Jose Azokar, and he clears the fence in left field and gives Erie this early lead.
He wore down Brady a little bit in that at-bat, continuously fouling off pitches. He was on him from the start in that AB, and then Sean just left one that Jose was able to drive to the pool side. And for Sean, he battled there, and you got to love the competitiveness that he showed there, but Jose got a pitch up in the zone, and he drove it.
New batter Frank Schwindel, a new addition to this Erie roster. And he was picked up a little less than a month ago. Here's the first pitch to the right-handed hitter, and he takes at the letters called strike 1. He's batting .301. 2 homers, 13 RBIs. He was drafted by the Royals back in 2013. The 0-1, he punches this one in the air, high and fairly deep to center. Jared Oliva drifts back towards his left now, and he makes the grab for out number 2. Now Josh Lester, left-handed hitting DH. For Sean Brady, with Altoona this season, the numbers look really good. 3-5, 3.88 ERA in 10 starts coming into play tonight. And of his 31 runs he has allowed all year with Altoona, coming into play tonight, 11 of those were in the first inning, and he has 2 allowed tonight. So about a third of his runs scored happened early, but as Curve manager Michael Ryan said after his previous start, he's a pitcher that just gets better as the game goes along. Lester fouls the first one off, and here comes the 0-1 quickly from Brady. And he sends a breaking ball down low, 1-1.
He really came to the Curve at the right time. When they signed him in early May, they were in, I don't want to say desperate need of another starter, but it really helped adding him because they needed some depth at that point in the season.
Oh, I'd say desperate.
Okay.
That's what, I'll put my neck out for that.
Well, that was at the time where Cam went up to AAA, Cam View, and Vasquez was up there for a couple starts, and they were really thin in the rotation. And he's just been such a great innings eater and guy that you know is going to go out there every 5th day.
1-1 miss low. Here comes the 2-1 back to Lester. Line toward the right side of the infield. One hop to Mitchell Tolman, who fields it in shallow right, playing at a shift. And he throws out the left-handed hitting DH at first base. Bottom 1 at Peoples Natural Gas Field. 2-0 Erie SeaWolves over the Altoona Curve. Mitchell Tolman, Chris Sharp, Jared Oliva will head to the box first against right-hander for Erie, Alex Faedo.
Faedo, 6'5", 230, 23-year-old, 5-5 with a 3.36 ERA in 15 starts, 83 innings of work. He's second in the league with 94 strikeouts, and he's only walked 16 this year.
Strikes a lot of guys out, does not walk many either. Good control as he winds it up and throws his first pitch of the night to Mitchell Tolman, and it drops low, ball 1. 18th overall pick in 2017 and is currently Detroit's number 9 prospect overall. Here's his 1-0. In the zone, taken strike to Tolman. Tolman on the campaign, hitting .262, 4 homers, 26 RBIs, and he has 13 other extra base hits. 1-1 delivery. And that is at the knees, a called strike. Ball gets away from the catcher, Chase Numata. 1-2. Frank Schwindel is at first. Cody Eves at second base. Isaac Paredes playing short. Daniel Pinheiro at third. Cam Gibson in left field. Jose Azucar playing center. And Derek Hill manning right field. Here's the 1-2. And before it comes, time gets called for Tolman. He has led off most of the games here in the second half of play. And he's done a tremendous job from the top spot. 1-2, and he hits it high in the air, down the right side, but not very deep. And this one's going to drift out of play to the right and be a foul ball. We'll stay 1-2. Alex Faedo. He's an Eastern League All-Star. He was entered as a replacement for 2 Erie pitchers that were taken off of the participation list because of other factors. But an all-star nonetheless. 1-2, popped up foul, this time into the third base seats for Tolman. Faedo's had a great campaign. And tough to believe that he's still in just his second professional season. Did not debut until the 2018 year down in High A Lakeland. Here's his 1-2 to Tolman. Swung on, roped over the head of the second baseman Eves into right field. Base hit for the Curve leadoff man. Tolman entered play tonight batting .306 as a leadoff hitter. And he'll keep that rolling, and he gets on for Chris Sharp, who's been in the middle of a lot of rallies here as of late. Sharp on the year. He is 11 for 51 since coming up. 3 homers now. A big one last night that started a 4-run 8th inning. 2 RBIs on a 2-hit day for him yesterday. Right-handed hitter against the righty Faedo, and he shows bunt and pulls it back, ball 1. This is what they did last night. Tolman started with a single. Chris Sharp showing bunt. It's 2-0 SeaWolves. A 2-run homer by Jose Azucar in the first off of Sean Brady. Faedo out of the stretch. He works hardly on the first base side of the rubber, right at the very edge. Here's the 1-0. And Sharp sends a pop-up into the first base crowd. Deep back into the seats, 1-1. Alex Faedo. He's thrown 9 innings against Altoona. He has allowed 3 runs and has struck out 9. This is his 3rd career start, all of them in this season. Here's his 1-1 coming to Sharp. Snap throw back to first. Head first dive safe for Tolman. He missed a little bit of time in late June, but his last appearance on June 29th got his 5th win of the year, 5 2-run frames against Harrisburg. The 1-1 pitch to Sharp, inside 2-1. Three double-digit strikeout performances. He and Davey Garcia have the most in the league in that category. The Trenton starter, that's off to the Futures game. 2-1, low and away. Check swing for Sharp. Did he go around? No, says our first base umpire, Greg Romer. Held pitch, Florida to their first national championship in 2017. A stacked Gators roster. 3-1 pitch is in there for strike 2, and it's surprising that they did not do that the year before. One of Faedo's teammates at Florida, Logan Shore, is on this team. He was a 2nd-round pick by the Athletics, and the 1st-round pick in 2016, A.J. Puck, was on that pitching staff as well. 3-2 pitch, Tolman takes off, and Sharp fouls this one at the plate. Full count, it'll stay. And out here, a curve batter going deep in the count with a lot of foul balls. Azokar, he was the one that rocked the 2-run homer. Those are the 2 runs of the game. Three balls and 2 strikes on Sharp. Tolman leaves again. Sharp swings, hits one high in the air, pretty deep back to left. Gibson going back at the wall. It's gone! Game-tying 2-run home run, Chris Sharp, his 4th of the season, and his 2nd homer in as many days.
Well, he's had a pretty fun last week, hasn't he? I mean, seems like every time he comes up to the plate, whether it's early in the game, helping provide a spark early on, get things going, or late in the game, finishing off a game, or delivering that big blow late, he really has been a spark plug at the top of the lineup in the 2-hole. It's been fun to watch the role he's on.
Early fireworks on this 4th of July, and it come from Chris Sharp. A 2-run game-time blast over the left field wall. Here's Jared Oliva. Base is empty. Number 3 hitter at the plate. 2-2 game. First pitch, low, ball 1. Alex Faedo. Now back to his windup with the bases cleared off. And the 1-0 pitch to Oliva. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The batting average is up to .253 for Oliva. 5 homers, 21 driven in, 14 doubles to go with it. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Faedo. Swung on, hit well, but this is going to hang in the shallow center field. Azokar coming in hard, but the second baseman, Eves, goes down and makes the grab in shallow center. 1 away now for Robbie Glendinning. Glendinning, a .321 batter at AA. Overall, he's hitting .333. Most hits in the Pirates minor league system this year with 82 total. He tied the game last night with an RBI double in the 8th. The Curve with 4 straight hits, scored 4 runs, and with a thrilling comeback win over the Akron Rubber Ducks. Swing and a miss by Glendinning on the first toss. Glendinning just one of, as here comes the 0-1 up high. No, that's at the Leonard's strike 2. Glendinning, one of 2 foreign players in the lineup for the Curve tonight. Glendinning waits for the 0-2, checks his swing on a ball low and away, not in time. As he held up. 2-2 ball game, 2-run homers exchange in the first inning for the Curve and the Erie SeaWolves. Here's Faedo out of his windup. 1-2 pitch. And Glendenning with a roller up the first base line, and this is going to hold on the grass. Faedo, the pitcher, fields it. Underhand flip to first with Schwindel, and it just does beat Glendenning for the second out. Looked like that ball was going to bound right down the line, and it was going to be questionable if it was going to stay in fair territory, but it indeed did because it held on the grass. And Glendenning is the second out here in the first. New batter, Bly Madris. Talked about the clutch hits in the 8th inning last night, and none bigger than Madris with the go-ahead 2-run blast. Takes first pitch strike from Alex Faedo. Madris hitting .254 now with 5 homers and a career-high 17 doubles. He sends a flare out to shallow left. Gibson chasing in on it and reaches up and makes the grab. But after the 2-run homer from Chris Sharp, Alex Faedo fights back and goes 1-2-3 with the next 3 curve hitters. But we are tied after an inning of play, 2-2 on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. 2-2 tie after 1 inning of play in Curve PA. Sean Brady, the left-hander for Altoona, back out to the hill. 2-run homer by Erie's Jose Azucar answered in the bottom half of inning number 1 by Altoona Curve outfielder Chris Sharp. Here's the windup in the first pitch to Daniel Pinheiro from Brady, and it swung on, bounced up the middle of the diamond towards the second baseman Mitchell Tolman. He fields, he throws, gets Pinheiro on 1 pitch. Great bounce back for Sean Brady. Gave up that 2-run homer. He had a hard-fought battle with Azucar. That was 11 pitches long, but he got the last 2 batters in order, and now has a 1 pitch out to start inning number 2. First pitch to Cody Eves is outside, ball 1. Erie's second baseman is hitting .232, and he takes that one inside 1-0. Brady, the left-hander, back to work. Behind 2 balls and no strikes, here comes the pitch. And it swung on, roped down the first base line, but foul. Just past the bag. Beautiful night in Altoona, despite some early showers, but we have great weather here at game time and a good crowd on hand, good baseball to go with it, and 2 teams playing some of their best ball all season. Here comes the 2-1 offering. Inside 3-1. Our first pitch temperature tonight, which is brought to you by York Heating and Air Conditioning. It was 78 degrees tonight, brought to you by Aircon Engineering, wholesale distributor of York Heating and Air Conditioning equipment. 3-1 pitch to Eves is down low, ball 4, first walk of the night for Brady. Yeah, the SeaWolves have a man on here with 1 out in inning number 2. Chase Numata, switch hitting catcher rather, comes to the plate with 1 away. First pitch line foul off to the right, high into the seats, 0-1. First of 4 here right into the All-Star break will lead. 3 days off for most of this roster coming after Sunday's day game. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Brady to Numata. And it is low, 1-1. Numata overall batting .191. A little bit better against left-handed pitching than he does righties, 200 versus 188. Facing the southpaw Sean Brady in his second inning of work tonight. 1-1 toss coming for the left-hander. Long hold and the pitch. Swung on, lifted down the right field line and off into the crowd, 1-2. Start to see some sunshine through the clouds tonight. Muggy night in Altoona. We mentioned the 78-degree temperature. It feels a little warmer than it actually is. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And Numata hits one up the middle of the diamond. Caught on a line by the shortstop. Gifton Gope takes a hit away from the Erie catcher. And that will be out number 2. Cody Eves gets his way back to first base. And Ngope makes another sensational play out on the field. And he was thinking about 2 before he even caught the ball. But he had the ability to make the snag and quickly get it to Mitchell Tolman because he knew he wouldn't be able to get the baseball to first base if Eves was too far away. Just a sixth sense for Ngope. First pitch to Cam Gibson, and he takes outside corner, ball 1. Or make that strike 1, excuse me. Gibson, son of Kirk Gibson, 243 batter, 2 homers on the year. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Sean Brady, lefty-lefty battle, and he serves one out in the left field. That's down, a base hit in front of Chris Sharp. Now the runner Eves moves up to second base, and there are 2 on and 2 out by the top of the order, and Derek Hill. Talked about the walk-off numbers for the SeaWolves back in the first inning. They walked off Binghamton in all 3 games of that series to sweep that 3-game set. And it was Derek Hill last night that set a UPMC Park record crowd, and he sent them home happy with a 2-run walk-off homer in the 10th inning. 2 outs here in Altoona, though. 2-2 ball game in the second inning. Brady with the hold, the look back, and the pitch. A little bit away, 1-0. SeaWolves come into play tonight, winners of each of their last 5. Here comes the 1-0. Outside it goes, and Paps looking for a pickoff move, but doesn't quite get the handle cleanly. Everyone will be safe without the throw. Two window on Hill. Brady with the look in. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 11 start for Brady with the curve. Here comes his 2-1 offering to Hill, and time gets called for. Brady, 7 of his last 8 outings have been quality starts with a .296 ERA over the last 51 2/3 innings. Been locked in. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Fights right back against Hill. Gets a couple of swing and miss pitches. And now Brady trying to leave a couple runners on early for the SeaWolves. The left-hander holds and fires the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He'll chase one in the dirt. Blocked by Paps. Throw down to first. Completes the first strikeout of the game today for Sean Brady. Career strikeout number 499. And it's brought to you by Kunzler, your local provider of the finest meat products, and is the official hot dog and a proud sponsor of the Altoona Curve. Jarek Suter, Arden Paps, Brett Pope, Gifton Ngope. 4 slated up against right-hander Alex Faedo for the Erie SeaWolves. The Altoona Curve and the SeaWolves in a 2-2 tie. We're in the bottom of the second inning. First base side of the rubber for the right-hander. He winds and delivers, and Suter takes at the knees, strike 1. The Curve first baseman, batting .242 on the year with 11 doubles, 3 homers as well. Here's the windup for the right-hander Faedo, and the pitch swung on, hit in the air. Center field, cruising in Azokar, and he makes the grab in straightaway center field for out number 1. 4 in a row sat down for Alex Faedo since the 2-run Chris Sharp homer. Now here's Arden Pabst. First time he's caught since the Curve were here last against Binghamton. That was back on Sunday. Jason DeLay, all-star catcher, caught all 3 games in Akron. Here's the windup and the first pitch to Pabst. Low, ball 1. Pabst hit a homer and had 2 hits in his last game here on Sunday. And now he's batting .225 with 3 bombs on the year. 1-0, wave down and miss. Good off-speed pitch with side-to-side movement from Faedo. A little low and away. 2 balls and a strike now on at Pabst. The two clubs getting together, and two like more common opponents of the season. The Curve will play Erie 23 times by the time it's all said and done. 2-1 pitch, waved down and missed by Pabst. And we're going to see a lot of them here late in next week or week and a half now. 4 games this weekend, then the All-Star break, and off to Erie to start the post-All-Star game festivities. Swing a line drive to center field, drops down for Arden Pabst. 1 out single here for the curve catcher for the DH, Brett Pope. Pope is hitting .228. Left-handed swinger getting in the lineup against the right-hander Faedo. So 4 here this weekend, big homestand for the Curve, and then the league is off for 3 days with the All-Star festivities in Richmond. All-Star game is Wednesday night. Then play resumes in Erie for the Curve on next Thursday. Runner taking off on the first pitch. Throw down to second base by Numata in time with a tag applied by Paredes. Arden Pabst caught stealing here, and there are 2 outs, 2-6 on that putout.
Might have been a hit and run right there if Pope swung through that pitch. Normally you wouldn't see Pabst taking off. Either way, Numata made a great throw down to second.
So now it is 0-1 on Brett Pope with the bases empty. Here's the windup in the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air to shallow center. Second baseman Eves is out, and he makes the grab in shallow right field as it tailed over. And that is the end of the inning. An unconventional 1-2-3 frame for Faedo, but he's through it. He's through 2, and we are as well in a 2-2 ball game in Altoona on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. Top 3 in Altoona. It's a 2-2 game between the Altoona Curve and the Erie SeaWolves here on Independence Day. Baseball all over. Here's the first pitch, and Paredes at the ground ball to third. Speared there by third baseman Robbie Glendinning, and he throws across the infield in time for out number 1. Sean Brady, third inning of work here. And he faces Jose Azucar, who had a 2-run homer into the left field seats his first time around. That's the 2-run homer for Erie. The Curve answered in the bottom of inning number 1 with a 2-run shot by Chris Sharp. First pitch, Azucar takes for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Line found down to the right side and bangs off the sidewall, 0-2. Saw a little bit of that in the first at-bat. 11 pitches with 8 foul balls for Azucar before he hit the homer. Here's the windup from Brady, and it is 0-2. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did! Greg Romer rings up Jose Azucar, and that right there is career strikeout number 500 for Sean Brady.
Well, it did look like he went there. That's a great call by Greg Romer down the first base line. And Sean, a great pitch, burying it down in the zone against the guy who took him deep his last time up.
It's one way to get back at him.
Yeah, one way to come back and then, of course, get a milestone strikeout.
That's it. Now back to work for Frank Schwindel. He hits the first pitch on the ground to third base. There again, Glendinning, the throw to first in time. And a brief third inning for Sean Brady as the Curve and the SeaWolves heading to the bottom of inning number 3 in a 2-2 tie on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. And Gope comes to the plates. He's 2 for 13 since joining this club. Minor league free agent, signed by the Pirates, and it's at the tail end of last week. Here's the first pitch, and the right-hander Alex Faedo on the hill for Erie. Right-handed bat of Ngope up there as well. Here's the windup and the first pitch, and Ngope takes up high, ball 1. Ngope, though, has worked some walks here since joining the team. 3 free passes in his 5 games. He swings and misses at the 1-0. Independence Day baseball here in Altoona, the 15th time in 21 seasons the Curve have been home for the fourth. 1-1 pitch, and Gope takes strike two. Overall, this team 8-12 through the first 20 seasons on Independence Day, and 6-8 in this ballpark. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Gope cuts and misses. He's down on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Alex Faedo, and it comes with the first out of inning number 3. Top of the order, Mitchell Tolman. Tolman singled and scored to lead off the home half of the first. And he was knocked in by Chris Sharp's game-tying 2-run homer. Well, with the 4th of July here in Altoona for many of the last few years, here's the first pitch to Tolman, inside for a strike. Of course, big crowds always on hand. 5 of the 10 biggest attendance figures in team history have been 4th of July games. The 0-1, Tolman sends a line drive, center field. Azakar, who is playing over near the alley, has to charge over to right center field and track this one down for out number 2. Here's Chris Sharp. Sharp, the 2-run homer for Altoona. He's homered in back-to-back days. Hit a solo homer in the 8th inning yesterday in Akron. So technically, home runs in back-to-back at-bats for Chris Sharp. 4 bombs already since joining the Curve team. Up from Bradenton. First pitch, low, ball 1. 4 homers in 15 games. He did take the roster spot of Hunter Owen, so that adds up. Still getting that production. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Faedo dropped a breaking ball, 1-1. Owen was leading the Eastern League at the time of his promotion with 15 homers and had continued that pace for a couple of days after that. Bobby Dahlbeck, though, finally got hot, and he's hit, I believe, 4 or 5 homers in the last 3 days. 1-1 pitch, low, 2-1, and Dahlbeck currently leading the league in homers. Two and 1. Here's the pitch from Faedo to Sharp. Swung on in the air, right field, hit pretty solid, but it's playable for Derek Hill. He glides over near the line and puts this one away for a 1-2-3 third for the Altoona Curve here on the offensive side of the inning. 2-2 tie after 3 innings of play in Curve PA. We'll come back with inning number 4 on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. 3 in the books in Curve PA. Off to the 4th, 2-2. Here's Michael Marcantonini with the play-by-play call.
Thank you, Garrett. Sean Brady back to work, top 4. Knotted at 2 as Brady looks to put up a 3rd straight 0 on the scoreboard. Worked a 1-2-3 third inning. He's retired the last 4 batters he's faced. And here's the left-handed hitting DH Josh Lester to start the 4th. First pitch of the inning is a strike. It's 0-1. 3 infielders on the right side for Lester. The second baseman, Tolman, is in shallow right field. The shortstop, Ngope, about a body length and a half on the right side of the infield. Second pitch swinging. Shooter, the first baseman, fields one in foul territory. It's quickly 0-2 on Lester. Lester, Pinheiro, Eves, 5-6-7 for the SeaWolves. Each team with 2 runs on 3 hits in this ball game. A pair of 2-run home runs in the first inning. Jose Azakar opened the scoring in the top of the first with a 2-run shot to left. And Chris Sharp, the left fielder for the Curve, matched it with a 2-run shot to left in the bottom of the first. Lester taking his time to step back in that left-handed batter's box. Here's Brady's 0-2 pitch. A little bit off the plate and a bit low, 1-2. Brady went with a slider there. Huge shift on for Lester. Almost the entire left side of the diamond is open with the shortstop, the third baseman, Glenn Dinning, playing deep short. 1-2 pitch. Lester flicks one foul out of play behind home plate into the seats. Count stays at 1-2. 2-2 our score, top 4 from P&G Field. Another 4th of July ball game at the ballpark here. Great crowd on hand. It's turned out to be a really nice night after some rain in the early afternoon. 1-2 pitch from Brady coming up. Change up, sent in the air. Right field, Madris over towards the line. He camps under it, makes the grab. One up, one down for Brady. He's retired 5 in a row.
Third baseman, Daniel Pinheiro.
So with one out, no one on, here's the third baseman, Daniel Pinheiro. Pinheiro bounced to second his first time up. Now with a right-hander at the dish, the curve will put a little bit of an abbreviated right-handed shift on Pinheiro, who swings at the first pitch and lines one out to left. Sharp waits there. He makes the grab. High liner that had a lot of air under it, hung up there, and then came down in Chris Sharp's glove. 2 up, 2 down for Brady in the fourth. 2 quick outs. Here's Cody Eves, the left-handed hitting second baseman. He walked his first time up. Brady a chance for his second 1-2-3 inning in a row as Eves steps in the box. 2 outs and no one on. The third baseman, Glendinning, up. Brady's first pitch to Eves is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 2-2 our score, top of the fourth inning. Curve and SeaWolves in game 1 of a 4-game set. 4th of July weekend in Toontown. 0-1 pitch to Eves. Breaking ball catches the inner part of the plate. It's 0-2. Sean's been ahead of all 3 hitters here in the inning. He's working quickly, already back on the rubber. The 0-2 two-out pitch just off the plate. He went with the fastball there. And the count goes to 1-2. Already back to work. Here's the 1-2 again. Swing and a miss into the glove of Arden Pabst, and the inning is over. Eves slams his bat down. He's not happy with that. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Sean Brady. Back-to-back 1-2-3 frames, and he's set down 7 in a row. Third punch out of the game for Sean, and he sends the curve back into the dugout. With the game still tied at 2, we go to the bottom of the fourth after this on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. 2-2 our score, bottom 4. Oliva steps in with third baseman Pinheiro up. First pitch from Faedo. Oliva swings and sends one back right behind home plate. That was scary. A shot right behind home plate. Looks like everybody's all right, but that thing came in hot. 0-1 the count on Oliva. Taps the plate a couple times. He's back ready to hit. Faedo working from the left of that rubber. 0-1. Misses outside. 1-1. Each team with 3 hits in this contest. Start of a 4-game series between the Western Division rivals. Tall and lanky Faedo delivers the 1-1. Oliva rips one fair down the left field line, a base hit. Big turnaround first, digging for 2. That one's into the left field corner. Oliva pulls up at second base. It's a leadoff 2-bagger with swagger for Jared Oliva. And the Curve have the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the 4th inning. For Oliva, it's his 15th double of the season, and he is now 9 for 32 over his last 9 games. Took a 1-1 pitch from Faedo and yanked it inside the third base line. Got all the way into the corner, and that's easy for Oliva to get to second on that. So he's at second. Here's Glendinning, the third baseman, 0 for 1 with a ground out. Oliva the go-ahead run at second with no outs in the inning. 2-2 our score. Faedo checks on Oliva. Pitch to Robbie. Fastball over for strike 1. The third baseman, Pinheiro, is playing even with the bag. Now he backs up a step. Close to that line. The shortstop, Paredes, is keeping Oliva close. Working in and out. Here's the 0-1 to Glendinning. Swing and miss at a curveball. Thing was well off the plate. Glendinning chased. It's 0-2. Curve and SeaWolves knotted at 2, bottom 4. Celebrating America's birthday in Toontown. Great night for a ball game. Great crowd on hand. Couple looks at second for Faedo. The 0-2 to Glendinning. Swing and miss at a curveball. Ball's in the dirt. And the catcher, Numata, is going to have to throw down to first base. Oliva stays at second. And Glendinning retired on a strikeout and a 2-3 putout. Second punch out of the game for Faedo. Here's Bly Madris, the right fielder. 0 for 1 with a fly out to left his first time up. Madris hit the game-winning 2-run home run in the 4-run 8th for the Curve last night in Akron. 5th homer of the season for Madris. Yet another comeback win for this resilient Curve club. They took 2 of 3 from the Rubber Ducks. Oliva a short lead off second with 1 out in the 4th. First pitch to Madris. Fastball inside corner for strike 1. 2-2, bottom 4. Neither team has scored since the first inning. Each team with a 2-run shot. Jose Azacar for the SeaWolves. Chris Sharp for the Curve. Faedo keeping an eye on Oliva. Readies his 0-1 to Madris. Ground ball left side softly hit. Oliva will get to at least third here. And the ball is fielded on the backhand by Isaac Paredes. Nothing he can do with it, though. An infield single for Bly Madris. Now, if that ball gets by Paredes, Oliva has a chance to go home there. One, given his speed, and two, given the positioning of where Paredes was shaded up the middle. But he does keep it in the infield. First and third for the Curve. Second hit of the inning for Altoona. Here's Jarek Suter. It's Oliva at third, Suter at first. Oliva at third, Madris at first, Suter at the dish. We're tied at 2, bottom 4, but the Curve have the go-ahead run 90 feet away. First pitch from Faedo. Suter takes over the heart of the plate, strike 1. Madris is being held on at first by Schwindel. Oliva takes a short lead off third. RBI spot for Jarek Suter, the Curve 6-hole hitter. Faedo from the stretch, the 0-1. Breaking ball fouled off behind home plate. It's quickly 0-2. Curve and SeaWolves tied at 2. Bottom of the 4th inning. Curve threatening to take the lead with runners at first and third and only 1 down in the inning. Suter's hit safely in 9 of his last 13. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Nope. Got a piece of it. Tapped foul. And he stays alive. 3 multi-hit games for Jarek in that 13-game span, hitting .265 over that stretch. Big RBI spot for him early in the game against Eastern League All-Star Alex Faedo. The right-hander set on the mound. Here's the 0-2. Runner takes off. Madris goes to second. Ground ball to short. The Curve are going to take a lead on an RBI ground out from Jarek Suter. With Madris taking off for second, no chance at a double play for the shortstop Paredes. Now that ball was hit relatively hard on a couple hops out to Paredes, so if Madris wasn't going, maybe they do turn 2. But by putting the runner in motion, the Curve avoid an inning-ending double play, and they take a 3-2 lead. So Oliva, who doubled to start the frame, comes in to score. Madris gets to second. Suter thrown out at first. 6-3 put out, and Suter picks up RBI number 30 on the season. With 2 down and a runner at second, here's Arden Paps, the catcher. 3-2 lead for the Curve, bottom 4. Paps swings at the first pitch. Sky-high pop-up behind home plate, left side behind home plate. Third base line, the third baseman, Pinheiro, calls off the catcher, Numata, and he makes the grab. And that's how the inning ends. But the Curve get a run on 2 hits. No errors in the inning, 1 man left. 3-2 lead for the Curve over the Erie SeaWolves in Game 1 of a 4-game series. Top of the 5th inning from PNG Field. Left-hander Sean Brady back to work for the Curve. He's set down the last 7 SeaWolves hitters in a row. And he's retired the side in order over the last 2 frames. Top of the 5th inning, Chase Numata, Cam Gibson, Derek Hill, 8-9-1 for Erie. Brady ready to work. First pitch to Numata to start the inning. Looping liner over the head of Glendenning into left field, a base hit. Coming over towards the line is Sharp, the left fielder, to pick it up. Fires it into the infield on 1 hop. And he keeps Numata at first base. A leadoff single for Chase Numata. And it's the first time in 5 innings that the SeaWolves have had their leadoff man reach base. Here's Cam Gibson, the left fielder. Gibson singled his first time up. Inside out swing to left. Cam back in left field tonight for the SeaWolves. Rubs some dirt on his hands. Doesn't go with batting gloves. He steps in that lefty batter's box. Short lead for Numata. Suter holding him on. Double play depth up the middle for the Curve. Glendenning, the third baseman, is up. First pitch swinging is Gibson. He comes up empty on a fastball outside from Brady. Sean has 3 punch-outs in this game. He picked up his 500th career strikeout, getting Jose Azucar for the second out of the 3rd inning. 3-2 the lead for the Curve, top of the 5th. The 0-1 to Gibson. Fly ball left center field. Oliva on the run towards the track. He makes the grab shy of the track, and that's out number 1 in the 5th. So Brady comes back after the leadoff single to Numata. He gets Gibson to fly out. Back to the top of the order. Here's the right fielder, Derek Hill. He's 0 for 2 in this ballgame. Curve took a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning on Jarek Suter's RBI groundout, scoring Jared Oliva, who doubled to start the inning. They lead it by a score of 3-2 over Erie in the top of the 5th. Hill steps in the righty batter's box with the third baseman Glendinning up at the bag. First pitch to Hill, fastball on the outside corner, strike one. Brady's gotten ahead of hitters consistently in this ball game. And other than the 2-run home run, he's only given up 3 singles and he's walked 1. Each team with 4 hits in this game. Long look over to first at the runner, Numata. Hill swings at the 0-1 and fouls one back in the netting, first base side. It's 0-2. Each team scored 2 in the first. The Curve added the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 4th. Brady comes set on the mound. Glove at the chest level. Gets a swing and a miss of Hill there. Another punch out. 4th strikeout of the game for Brady. Hill went chasing a fastball outside. That's out number 2 in the 5th. Here's Isaac Paredes, the shortstop. Singled and scored on the 2-run homer in the first. Bounced to third his last time up. Now with 2 outs, everybody in the Curve infield can back up, but with the pull hitter Paredes at the dish, the Curve will put 3 infielders on the left side. The only man on the right side is Suter, the first baseman, and he's holding on the runner Numata. So that entire right side of the infield is pretty much open. First pitch to Paredes. He goes the other way, past the diving Suter into right field, down the line, a base hit. Going first to third is Numata. It gets all the way into corner. Numata's being waved around. Here comes the relay throw. Tolman to the plate. Tag. It's in time. 9-4-2, and the Curve cut down the tying run at the dish. Bly Madris picked it up in the corner, threw a strike to Mitchell Tolman in the infield, and then Tolman with the relay home to the catcher Pabst. And Numata is cut down trying to score from first. A bang-bang play to end the inning, but the Curve execute it well. Another outfield assist for Bly Madris. He's done that 4 times now this season, and that's how Sean Brady gets out of the top of the 5th. Sean Brady's through 5 solid innings, giving up just 2 first-inning runs. Here's Alex Faedo, who's given up 3 runs through 4 innings. He starts Brett Pope off with a ball 1-0. Pope and Gope and Tolman. Pope is 0 for 1. He popped out to second his first time up. 1-0 pitch, misses inside. It's 2-0. The third baseman, Pinheiro, is well off that third base line. And now he backs up with the count 2-0 on Pope. The shortstop, Paredes, is shaded up the middle, back deep at his position. 2-0 to Brett. Strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. The second baseman, Eves, is playing on the edge of that right center grass deep at second base. And the first baseman, Schwindel, is way back deep at first, still in the infield guarding that first base line. 2-1 to Pope, misses inside. It's quickly 3-1 on the Curve designated hitter. Curve lead at 3-2 over the SeaWolves, bottom 5. This game is official, and that's important because there's been rain in Altoona throughout the day. 3-1 to Pope, strike over the top of the strike zone. The count runs full. Pope has hit safely in 10 of his last 16 games, hitting .326 in that span. 14 hits in those 16 games. The payoff pitch, he spoils it foul to the left side out of play, and the count remains full. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Curve. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the SeaWolves. Each team got a pair of runs in the first inning. The Curve scored the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 4th, and they cut down the tying run for Erie in the top of the 5th. 3-2 to Pope, misses inside. He had to lunge out of the way, and he works a walk in a lengthy at-bat to lead off the 5th. Here's Gifton Gope, the shortstop, hitting in the 9-hole for the Curve. Incredible crowd on hand here on Independence Day. 3rd straight year Curve are hosting a 4th of July ball game. Right-handed hitting Gifton Gope steps into the box. Pope leads off first. Schwindel holding him on at the bag. Faedo working out of the stretch, leg kick in the pitch, and Gope tried to bunt, and he dropped one down foul. While we have some time, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network.
Your radio home for Altoona Curve Baseball. Talk Radio 98.5, WRTA Altoona.
Michael Marcantonini and Garrett Mansfield with you. 3-2 lead for the Curve, bottom 5. Man on first, and Gifton Gope at the dish. 0-1 pitch to Gope. He swings through a changeup, and it's 0-2. Faedo, 2 strikeouts in this ball game. He's second in the league with 96. He trails only teammate Matt Manning, who has 104. Gope puts the bat out in front of him. He's ready to hit now. Pope at first base with no outs in the inning. 0-2 pitch, misses outside. Snap throw from Numata down to first, and Pope gets back in safely. It was close. Schwindel, the first baseman, really wanted it. The first baseman, Aaron Higgins, was all over it. And he called Pope safe. Pope got back. 1-2 the count on Gifton Gope. Gift made his return to Curve PA last week. He's been a regular at shortstop since. 1-2 pitch to Gift. He swings and misses at a slider, and he's down on strikes. Third punch out of the game for Faedo, and that's the first out of the fifth.
And goes back leadoff hitter, second baseman Mitchell Coleman.
Back to the top of the order. Here's the leadoff man, Mitchell Tolman. Singled and scored a run in the first. He's 1 for 2. 3-2 lead for the Curve, bottom of the fifth. Brett Pope leads off first with 1 down. Move over by Faedo, back safely is Pope. Schwindel, the first baseman, holding on Pope. The second baseman, Eves, shaded over more towards first base out at second. The shortstop, Paredes, almost straight away up the middle, but he's still on the left side of the infield. The third baseman, Pinheiro, is up on the left-handed hitting Tolman. Another move over to first, and Pope dives back in safely. Big hole out where the shortstop normally would play, because Paredes, the shortstop, is directly behind the pitcher's mound, shaded up the middle. Tolman still has yet to see a pitch in this at-bat. First pitch from Faedo misses outside, 1-0. 3-2 lead for the Curve, bottom of inning number 5. Coming into this ball game, Tolman owns a .413 on-base percentage in his last 10 games. Already has a hit in this game. He grounds one to the right side. Diving stop by Eves. Stands up, throws to first in time to get Tolman. Nice slide by the second baseman, Eves, to keep that one in the infield. And that's the second out of the inning. Moving up to second base is Brett Pope, where he's in scoring position with 2 outs for the 2-hole hitter, Chris Sharp. Sharp homered to left field off Faedo in the first inning. That tied the ball game at 2 after the Curve trailed by 2 heading into the bottom of inning number 1. So here is Sharp, who's playing in his 15th game since joining AA Altoona from High A Bradenton. And on second with 2 down, Sharp takes outside ball 1. 3-2 lead for the Curve, bottom 5. With the home run in the first inning of this ball game, Sharp is now 7 for his last 24 with 3 home runs and 12 RBIs over his last 6 games. Been on a tear ever since he hit that walk-off RBI single in the second game of the doubleheader last Saturday against the Rumble Ponies. Continues to drive in runs, 12 RBIs over his last 6. 1-0 to Chris, tried to check his swing, but he couldn't hold up, as the home plate umpire and crew chief Patrick Scharschel says he went around 1-1. Pope out at second, he walked to start the frame. 3-2 lead for the Curve, bottom 5. Sharp back in the box, ready to go. Faedo looks at second, now the 1-1, swing and a miss from Sharp. He chased a pitch out of the zone. Good change up there from Faedo, it's 1-2. Faedo was named an all-star replacement just a couple days ago. I guess you could put him in the snub category originally, because he's a guy who doesn't have the best record this year, 5-5, but he has had an all-star caliber season. Make no bones about it. Another check on Pope at second. The 1-2 to Sharp. Breaking ball misses outside. It's 2-2. Coming into this ball game, Faedo ranks second in the league in strikeouts, 12th in innings, 14th in ERA with a .336 mark before the game, and he's also was 5th in WHIP coming in at 1.07. An excellent year for the Erie right-hander. Number 9 prospect in the Detroit Tigers system, but just the 5th best pitching prospect. Shows you how much depth they have there. 2-2 pitch, just missed off the outside corner. Faedo's wondering where that was. He thinks he should be walking back to the dugout. But a good take there from Sharp, and the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brett Pope out at second. 3-2 lead for the Curve, home half of the 5th. Sharp holds the bat out in front of him, twirls it a couple times. Now Faedo comes set at the belt on the hill. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Sharp hits one on a one hop out to second. Eves picks it up, throws to first, and that's how the bottom of the fifth ends. 3-2 lead for the Curve over the SeaWolves, top 6 in Altoona. Sean Brady back to work. He allowed a 2-run home run to Jose Azucar in the top of the first inning, but 4 zeros on the scoreboard since, and he starts Azucar off with a strike to start the sixth. Azucar, Schwindel, and Lester, 3-4-5 for the SeaWolves. Brady's 0-1, misses inside, a 1-1. 2-run home run for Azucar in the first inning. Then Brady came back and got him for his 500th career strikeout in the third. 1-1 pitch, grounded to third. On 2 hops, Glendinning has it, throws to first in time for the 5-3 putout. That's how Brady starts the top of the sixth. So that's one way to come back on the guy who homered off you his first time up. Second time up, you face him, get him with a breaking ball in the dirt, and it just so happened to be the 500th strikeout of Brady's career. 1 up, 1 down in the top of the sixth. Here's Frank Schwindel, the first baseman, 0 for 2 in this game. First pitch strike on the top of the zone. It's 0-1. 3-2 lead for the Curve, top 6. Game 1 of a 4-game set. Some 4th of July baseball in Toontown. 0-1 pitch is swung on, a good changeup from Brady, low and away. It's quickly 0-2 on Schwindel. Schwindel, the average up around 300 at 294. It's been a bright spot for Erie in the second half. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Another punch out for Sean Brady. Give him 5 in the game, and he has the first 2 outs of the 6th inning. Brady has been locked in since the 2nd inning. Retired 7 in a row from the final out of the 2nd through the 3rd out of the 4th. Then gave up 2 hits in the top of the 5th, but play at the plate preserved a 1-run lead for the Curve, and Brady got out of it. Now he has the first 2 outs of the 6th. 7 quality starts in his last 8 outings. Here's the first pitch to Josh Lester. Pitch misses outside, 1-0. With 5 strikeouts in the game, Brady now has 5 or more strikeouts in a game 5 times in 11 starts in a Curve uniform. 1-0 pitch there to Lester, catches the outside corner, 1-1. If Brady can get through the 6th and get this final out, it'll be the 10th time in 11 starts that he'll go at least 6 innings. He's gone 7 innings 3 times this year with the Curve. 1-1 pitch, Lester spoils it foul. And the way he's pitching right now, you got to believe he would at least start the 7th inning. Nobody warming up in the Curve bullpen right now, so that's a telling sign. 2 outs and no one on. Top of the 6th, a 3-2 lead for the Curve. A 1-2 count on the left-handed hitting Josh Lester. 1-2 pitch from Brady. Dribbled fair ball down the first base line. Suter, the first baseman, picks it up. Steps on first himself. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Sean Brady. 3rd time he's done that tonight. He's through 6 strong innings. He hasn't allowed a run since the first. 5 straight zeros on the board for the SeaWolves as Jared Alva steps in the box to face the right-hander Alex Faedo in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch from Faedo to Alva, fouled right back to the netting. It's 0-1. Alva, Glendinning, Madris, 3-4-5. Alva doubled and scored the go-ahead run for the Curve in the 4th inning. Came in to score on Jarek Suter's RBI ground out to short. Right-handed hitting Alva back in the box, 0-1 the count. Pitch from Faedo misses inside, a 1-1. Alva's been on a tear for the Curve. Has the average up around 250. When in late May, he was hitting under 200 at one point. An excellent month of June for Alva as he swings through the 1-1. It's 1-2. And into July, he has continued his hot streak. He has reached base safely in 26 of his last 28. He's not just reaching on hits, he's also walked 12 times and been hit twice in that span to get on base. Finding a way to get it done. 1-2 pitch from Faedo. Alva skies one in the air, down the right field line, foul territory, and that one will drop into the seats foul. New life for Alva. 3-2 lead for the Curve, bottom 6. Alva hitting in the 3-hole again for the Curve. 16th time this season he's done that. Alva's hitting 3 straight. He's reached base safely in 5 straight after the double his last time up. He's 9 for 17 over his last 5 games, including tonight. 1-2 pitch. Jared swings through a curveball there in the dirt. Blocked by Pneumata. Comes out in front of home plate. Throws down to first. It's in time to retire Alva. Strikeout and a 2-3 putout. 4th punch out of the game for Faedo. One up, one down. Here's Robbie Glendinning, the third baseman. Glendinning continues to hit, even if he's not tearing the cover off the ball, finding ways to get it done. Since returning to AA Altoona on June 13th, he's 21 for 66. He's hit at a .318 clip in that span. He takes ball one outside from Faedo, 1-0. 3-2 curve, home half of the sixth. Glendinning has 2 home runs, a triple, and 4 doubles in that span to go with 16 RBIs in 18 games. 1-0 pitch, Glendinning chops one foul. It's 1-1. Glendinning has hit safely in 10 of his last 12. He's hitless tonight, 0 for 2. Struck out swinging his last time up. 1-1 pitch coming from Faedo. Here it is. Fastball misses low and away, 2-1. Curve being out hit 5-4 in this game, but they lead the SeaWolves 3-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 pitch coming from Faedo. Glendinning takes a strike. It's 2-2. The fans here at P&G Field were just treated to a mini fireworks show that happened across the way, across the street, outside of the stadium. They'll get treated to a big post-game fireworks show here at the ballpark after the game as Glendinning shoots one through the 5.5 hole into left field, a base hit. So he does pick up a base hit, and he's now hit safely in 11 of his last 13. So Glendinning aboard as a one-out base runner. Here's Bly Madris. 1 for 2 with a single in this game. He hit a big go-ahead 2-run home run in last night's ball game in Akron. Huge confidence-boosting signature win for the Curve as they picked up yet another comeback win. The Curve this season, 25 comeback wins. 14 of those have come on the road, which is what the one last night came on. 3 infielders on the right side for Madris. The third baseman, Pinheiro, remains on the left side. Big hole out at short. First pitch to Bly. Sends one in the air, sky-high right center field. Azekar and Hill are both there, but it's the center fielder, Azekar, who makes the grab. And that's the second out of the 6th. Back to first, Glendinning. Here's Jarek Suter with a man on first and 2 down. A 3-2 lead for the Curve, home half of the 6th. 16th start of the year for Alex Faedo. He's settled in nicely. He's given up just 3 runs on 6 hits. It's a guy who combined with reliever Drew Carlton on a no-hitter on April 24th against Bowie. Faedo threw 7 hitless innings with 5 strikeouts in that game. It's been excellent all season. Move over to first. Diving back safely is Glendinning. On the season, Faedo has put up some really impressive numbers. Part of the reason why he's going to Richmond for the All-Star game. 9 total quality starts, but Erie is just 5-10 in his 15 starts coming in. First pitch to Suter. He swings and pops one up middle of the diamond. Boy, that one's up there. All 4 infielders converge behind the mound, but it's the second baseman, Eves, that calls everybody off and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. 3-2 lead for the Curve over the Erie SeaWolves in game 1 of a 4-game set. Top of the 7th inning, back to Garrett Mansfield with the play-by-play.
Thank you, Michael. And Sean Brady, the left-hander, back out on the hill for the Curve in Pleasant 9 in Curve, PA, People's Natural Gas Field. Here's the windup. First pitch to Daniel Pinheiro. Outside corner, taken strike 1. Pinheiro's 0 for 2. Brady tonight having another fine outing. 2 runs, both in the first inning. Fires another one in there, taken up for a strike by Pinheiro. But Brady has settled in nicely. He has given up just 3 hits outside of the opening frame. And he works out of his windup and his 0-2, and time gets called for. Brady went on a stretch that he had sat down 7 in a row between the end of the second and the finishing part of inning number 4. Misses inside there, ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Pinheiro, off the end of the bat, back to the mound, speared by the left-hander, and he goes to the bag himself with an underhand flip for out number 1. So 1 gone here in the 7th inning. Here's Cody Eves, 0 for 1, a walk back in inning number 2, and Brady continues to mow him down.
One of the most important stats of the night for Sean Brady is he's retired the leadoff man in 6 of his 7 innings so far.
The only one that did not was Chase Numana during the 5th. He's on deck. Eaves takes strike one. Big play in inning number 5. Bly Madris helping set up an out at home plate. Roller over towards first base. Quickly 0-2. Numata was on first base with 2 outs. And Paredes with a double into the right field corner. And Madris played it perfectly. Strong throw back in the infield. And another toss on the money by second baseman Mitchell Tolman that cut down Numata at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Eaves as the pitch from Brady misses. Back with the ball and fires. Low, blocked by Pabst. Curve leading this ball game by a score of 3-2. Top of inning number 7. Here's the windup, 2-2 pitch from Brady. Swung on, lined out to right center field. Long run for Madris, diving try off the tip of the glove, and it'll be a double for Cody Eaves, backed up by Oliva. They'll throw it right back in, so a 1-out 2-bagger for Cody Eaves. Brings up Chase Numata for the Seawolves.
It's an excellent try from Madris out there on the full-out extension in right center. He knew he had Oliva there backing him up close behind, so he knew he could take that chance and dive for that in the right center gap. And given that it's a 1-run game, I like that play by Bly, knowing that he had the backup there.
Just a matter of inches away from bringing that one down. It would have been another big defensive effort for Madris to keep this a 1-run advantage for Altoona. Brady with the set. Look back at second base. Pitch to Numata. Low, 1-0. 1 for 2 tonight. Single in that 5th inning. As Brady continues to throw well. He has 4 consecutive quality starts, looking for a 5th. Fires a fastball strike taken on the outside corner by Numata. Evens the count up at 1-1. First of 4 here on Independence Day. And another good crowd in Altoona. Here's the 1-1, and instead Brady with a turn back at second base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing a ground ball to second base. This will move the runner to third. Tolman is there. Fields and throws on to retire Numata. Second baseman to the first baseman for the out. 2 gone in the 7th. Eaves at third base. Here's Cam Gibson. Gibson a single in the 2nd inning. He's got a good line against Altoona pitching this year. 367 entering play. And he'll dig right back in. Wears the pants down around the ankles just like his dad. No batting gloves. And swings from the left side as well. Lefty-lefty battle with Brady. Here's the kick in the first pitch. Taken inside corner, strike 1. Lights taking effect here at the ballpark, but still a hint of daylight. This beautiful ballpark primed for a 4-game weekend set over the 4th of July. Swing and a miss on the 0-1, quickly 0-2. Sean Brady has 5 strikeouts and 1 walk tonight. 2 runs allowed, 6 hits on a 6 2/3. Right now, his next delivery will be number 92. He delivers. Swung on and missed by Gibson. Strikeout number 6 for Sean Brady. He is through 7. And he preserves a 3-2 lead for the Curve as we hit the stretch. 3-2, bottom of inning number 7. The Altoona Curve lead the Erie SeaWolves. 5-star Mitsubishi of Altoona pitching change on for the SeaWolves, number 36, Nolan Blackwood.
Blackwood 6'5", 185, 4-2 with a 2.14 ERA and 19 appearances for the SeaWolves this season. He's held opponents to a 2.36 average and 33 2/3 innings of work. He's also made 3 appearances at AAA Toledo.
He'll get Arden Pamps to start his night. First delivery is low, ball number 1. Alex Faedo done after 6 innings, the Tigers' number 9 rated prospects. 6 innings tonight. He gets a quality start, 3 runs allowed through 6 frames, 6 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Next offering, down low to Pabst, 2 balls and no strikes. As the Curve and the SeaWolves playing here on Independence Day. The Curve have not won on the 4th of July since 2017. Paps hits one on the ground to shortstop, picked up by Isaac Paredes, and he throws across in time for out number 1. During the 2017 championship campaign for the Curve, they blanked Binghamton 6-0 at this very ballpark. Last season, the Curve beaten by Trenton. Yeah, the Thunder last year won 8-3. Ball game that didn't have a whole lot of drama to it, but here, 1-run game and a good one. First delivery in there to Brett Pope. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Blackwood, just like as this one is swung on, hit on the ground towards first, but foul. Blackwood drafted by the Oakland A's in 2016, the 14th round out of Memphis. And he was brought over as part of that Mike Fiers trade. He was one of those players to be named later. Logan Shore, one of them at the end of the season. The 0-2 is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Pope.
Just be sure, no walk, 4 strikeouts.
So Blackwood came to Erie last year in the month of August. This one's hit on the ground, up back to the right of the mound and under the legs of Blackwood, right through the wickets. And Brett Pope's going to get himself on base for the second time tonight. It'll be an error on the pitcher, Blackwood. And now gifting Gope with 1 out and a man on base. Chance to break it 0 for 2 Collar. 3-2 lead for the Curve. These two clubs traded 2 runs apiece in the first inning. Fireworks right after the pregame show, basically. Gifting Gope in there. First pitch from the right-hander Blackwood. Outside corner taken for strike 1. At the top of the first inning, it was Jose Azucar over Sean Brady. 2-run shot in the left field, and Chris Sharp responded in the home half of the inning for Altoona. His second homer in as many days, and his 4th overall. And Gope takes the 0-1 on the out, a little bit outside, make it an even 1-1 counts. During the 4th inning, the Curve got the go-ahead run. Jared Oliva led off the inning with a double, moved up to third base on an infield hit by Bly Madris, and scored on a Jarek Suter groundout. 1-1, inside 2-1. But what's key about the Suter groundout is Bly Madris was moving on that pitch and wiped out what could have been an inning-ending double play, allowing Oliva to score the go-ahead run. That's where we are, 3-2. 2-1 to Ngope, cut on a miss. Slider moving away from him. And Ngope looking to get things rolling at the plate. Back with the Pirates minor league back with the Pirates organization rather, after going all the way through the system and reaching the majors back in a couple of years ago. 2-2 pitch is low and away, full count on Ngope. Payoff pitch from Blackwood. Here it is. A little bit low, ball 4, and Ngope takes the walk. He'll go to first, moving Pope up to second base. Ngope made his way to Pittsburgh in 2017 in late April. It's the first African-born player to play in the big leagues, and a title he held all the way through up until this season. The second South African native made his way to the majors. Last year and earlier this year, there was another South African native, Kieran Lovegrove, in the Eastern League, a reliever for Akron and Richmond. Here's Mitchell Tolman with 1 out and a pair on, and takes fastball strike on the outer half. Nolan Blackwood, first inning of relief for Erie. Right-hander facing the left-handed hitting Tolman. Singled and scored on the Sharp homer in the first inning. Swinging a very good bat. Here's the 0-1. Checked his swing, and the pitch is low, 1-1. In the month of June, Tolman hitting over 300, and he's continued that here in July. You look at the batters Tolman, Oliva, Madris, and you track them through the month of June. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Lifted foul, left side out of play. 1-2, and it's not hard to go with those three as a big reason why this offense got things turned around last month. And Hunter Owen, through at least half of June, was part of that. Swinging a really hot bat then. But the players here that have kept it going, right in the middle of everything. 1-2, swung on and missed. Tolman down for the second out of the seventh. Curve still with a couple of runners on it. Sharp again looking to deliver. But also Sharp and Robbie Glendenning, two additions to this team that had very good seasons in Bradenton that have helped this Curve club go 21-10 since June 1st. But really it was June 3rd. If you want to look at a specific day in the schedule that this team really turned the direction towards playing winning baseball every single night. Blackwood's first pitch to Sharp, up and in, almost got a piece of him. Breaking ball stayed in tight. The Curve started in June with a walk-off win over New Hampshire, but they ended up losing 2 of 3 in that series. Then they went to Erie and swept the SeaWolves, and that's where this run really got rolling. 1-0. Sharp takes outside corner, but it looks a little low, 2-0. The Curve trailed 8-3 after 7 innings on June 3rd in Erie. They scored 1 in the 8th and scored 5 runs during the 9th inning to beat the SeaWolves 9-8. Next pitch, down and away, 3-0 to Sharp. And those key victories helped Altoona become one of the best teams in the league last month. And they're coming off of 2 enormous wins in Akron. Very close come-from-behind victories against the Ducks. 3-0 pitch to Sharp. That is over, 3-1. There are a handful of victories that you look at throughout the season, and you see what kind of momentum follows them. And June 3rd win in Erie led to a sweep in that series and kept everything going. We'll wait and see what those 2 wins in Akron will carry this team through. 3-1, hit on the ground towards Sharp. Paredes charges, has it, and from in front of the infield grass throws to first in time to get the speedy Sharp. The Curve give it a couple of runners on an air and a walk, but leave them stranded and lead this game by a score of 3-2 after 7 innings of play in Altoona on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. 3-2, Altoona Curve leading the Erie SeaWolves. Top of the 8th inning at People's Natural Gas Field, and a 5-star Mitsubishi of Altoona pitching change on for the Curve after 7 fine innings from Sean Brady. The Curve go to right-hander, the hard-throwing righty, Jesus Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, 6'2", 225, 24 years old, from the Dominican Republic, 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA and 3 relief outings for the Curve this season. 2 1/3 innings of work, 1 strikeout, no walks. Opponents hitting 143 against him in limited time. Before coming to the Curve, he made 21 relief appearances for AAA Indianapolis.
In Lorenzo's Altoona Curve career, 12 appearances, 14 1/3 innings, 0 runs. He faces the top of the order, Derek Hill, and fires up high. Ball 1, 98 lighting up the gun here to start the 8th inning. Lorenzo, a waiver claim off the Los Angeles Dodgers 40-man roster back at the beginning of the 2018 season. And time gets called for. And it looks like automatic ball on Lorenzo. And Artem Pass to come out and make a mound visit. And it's going to be 2-0 on Derek Hill. And Lorenzo, who has pitched with the pitch clock before, looked like he just didn't step on and off properly. That Patrick Sharshall, the home plate umpire, rules that one an auto ball. So 2-0 on Derek Hill. He's 0 for 3 this evening as he looks to continue his 4-game hitting streak. 2-0 over the outside corner, but a little low. And the count moves to 3 balls, no strikes on Hill. Lorenzo, he was brought up through the Orioles organization. 3-0 pitch. Outside ball 4. So he walks Hill to start the inning. The Pirates are Lorenzo's 4th minor league organization. And now, Curve manager Michael Ryan coming out to the mound as Lorenzo and Paps got together halfway between home plate and the pitcher's mound. I just want to talk this over. Ryan cannot take Lorenzo out of the game because of the three-batter minimum rule, but he's missed on a few pitches, and Michael Ryan wants to come out.
Yeah, it's an important spot in the game. 1-run lead, top of the 8th inning, leadoff walk. Lorenzo needs to come back and bear down right here, and lock could be in play. There could be a bunt in play. You never know. Big spot in a 1-run game.
And the first pitch to Isaac Paredes finds his own, strike 1. Lorenzo set. Here comes his 0-1. Little outside, evens up the count. Lorenzo originally signed by the Braves, released, granted by the Orioles, groomed through their system, got to Double-A Bowie in 2017. Was also there a little bit in 2016. He was a Dodger briefly. 1-1 pitch in the air, shallow center. Oliva coming in. Second baseman Tolman going out, shading his eyes from the lights. And he's the one that makes the catch. Pop up to the second baseman in shallow right center. 1 away here in the 8th for Jose Azucar. And Lorenzo, he was on the Pirates' 40-man roster all the way up until partway through this season. With 1 out and a man on first, here's the pitch to Azucar. Low and away, ball 1. The Pirates designated him for assignment in late May. That made room for Jeffrey Ramirez, his former Orioles organization teammate. Then he was outranted to AAA, and now here he is with Altoona once again. 1-0 hit softly, shallow right field. Madris coming in, not going to get to it. And he comes up throwing hard. The throw to third as the runner goes first to third, not in time. Derek Hill goes over on the single by Azucar. Runners on the corners here with 1 out in the 8th.
That was a great throw by Madris in right field. Got to that ball quickly, came up throwing right away. It 2-hopped to Glendinning at third base, and that second hop is what slowed it down just a little bit more. But that throw was on the money. Glendinning made a nice tag, but Hill with his speed got to third, and now even bigger spot in this game with the tying run at third base.
Starting to hear some fireworks go off.
Wow, that was a loud one.
This is reminiscent to 2018's Independence Day game. Well, with the different ordinances they were allowed last year. Here's the first pitch, and Frank Swindell takes that one low and away from Lorenzo. Not as muggy as it was a year ago, but it still is. This ballpark filled up with smoke with all that firework action on the 4th of July last year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Low, backhanded in the dirt by Paps. Throw behind the runner at first, not in time. Almost got Azucar. He went into the base at first, standing up, and was nearly picked off. So Frank Schwindel, he is 0 for 3. He's had a good run with Erie since being added to their roster. He was signed a minor league free agent deal in the beginning of June after he was released from the Orioles, or excuse me, with the Royals rather. 2-0 pitch down low from Lorenzo. 3 balls, no strikes. First and third, 1 out, top of the 8th. Curve leading a 1-run game. Here's Lorenzo. Sets letter high. Kicks and fires. Up at the letters, called for strike number 1. 2 runs each in the first. The Curve with an RBI ground out by Jarek Suter in the 4th inning. They lead at 3-2. 3-1. Schwindel outside, ball 4 as he takes from Lorenzo, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. Now left-hander Josh Lester will be the new batter. And Lorenzo, the base is full. Looking to get out of this one. He's been superb with Altoona. Put up good numbers in Bowie as well. Overall in Double-A, he has a 3.86 ERA. But 0 over the last 2 years with the Curve. First pitch to Lester, fouled back. SeaWolves at every base. 1 out, a ground ball for Lorenzo. Get him out of this inning. In his career, been a little bit more of an air-out pitcher. Here comes the 0-1, and time is called for. 1-run game. And the tying run for Erie at third base. The 0-1. Breaking ball outside corner in there from Lorenzo. Lester took it. Lester is 0 for 3. SeaWolves playing good baseball. The Curve, too. But a very close contest, well pitched throughout. The 0-2 pitch. Chapper on foul down the first base line it goes. Looked like a hit in fair territory right in front of the plate, but had a lot of English on it, and it spun foul right down the line. So quickly now stays 0-2 on Lester. Bases loaded for Erie. 1-run game. The Curve up due to a ground out RBI in the 4th. Lorenzo holds. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 outs, bases full for Daniel Pinheiro. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network.
Your radio home for Altoona Curve Baseball. Talk Radio 98.5, WRTA Altoona.
Garrett Mansfield with Michael Marcantonini at the ballpark in Altoona, and Doug Herendine, our producer in our studios today. First pitch inside to Daniel Pinheiro from Jesus Lorenzo. Righty-righty matchup. 1-run game on the 4th of July. The set and the 1-0. High again, 2 balls, no strikes. Pinheiro on the day 0 for 3. Here's Lorenzo trying to keep this lead for the Curve intact. 2-0 pitch. Here it is. Inside, nearly got a piece of Pinheiro, and the string is out for Lorenzo.
8,806. 8806.
Here comes Pinheiro stepping back in the box with the bases loaded. Lorenzo misses here, would walk in the tying run. Looking for a comeback pitch against Pinheiro. 3-0. Outside corner taken, strike 1. 96-mile-an-hour cheddar from Jesus Lorenzo. Three and 1, sent foul up into the sweet level, out of play behind home plate. And now the count is full. All the base runners can get their head starts. 1-run game. Full count to Daniel Pinheiro, right-hander against a right-hander. The set, the payoff pitch, low and away, ball 4. And this game is tied on a bases-loaded walk to Daniel Pinheiro. And more drama here tonight as this game evened up here late in the game, and that will take away the winning decision for Sean Brady. And the base is loaded with 2 outs for left-handed batter Cody Eves. No left-handers in the Curve bullpen to go to. All righties out in the Curve pen. 24th pitch of the inning for Lorenzo coming right here. Eves delivers, fouls it back. 0-1. Eves today, he's 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Fireworks here continuing around the Lakemont community and surrounding areas. It's the 0-1, swung on and missed, quickly 0-2. Here as night overcomes us on Independence Day, we see a lot of the fireworks popping up from out of the trees. No balls and 2 strikes. Lorenzo, the pitch to Eves. Check swing, did he go around? And yes, he did, said home plate umpire Patrick Scharschel. So Lorenzo bounces back and strikes out Eves on 3 pitches and leaves the bases loaded for Erie. Bottom of the 8th inning in Altoona, where the Altoona Curve and Erie SeaWolves are playing to a 3-3 tie in front of a sellout crowd at People's Natural Gas Field. Jared Oliva, Robbie Glendenning, Bly Madris will lead off against Nolan Blackwood. Second inning of relief for the Erie right-hander. Action in the Curve bullpen begins as SeaWolves got a run on 3 walks from Jesus Lorenzo in the top of the 8th. First delivery to Oliva, in there for a strike. Oliva doubled back in the 4th to start that, well, would end up being the tie-breaking run during the 4th. The 0-1 flinched at a breaking ball, but it's low. Evens the count up. 1 for 3 with that double and a score in inning number 4. Game tied again, 3-3. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball inside corner, taken by Oliva, strike 2. Very close game, very good ball game, well pitched from both sides. Here's the 1-2 to Oliva. Outside it goes, even count, 2-2. 2 runs in the first, then the Curve broke that tie in the 4th inning. And it's been a 1-run advantage ever since, but the SeaWolves grab one in the top of this inning. Tighten it up. 2-2, hit on the ground up the middle of the diamond. Long run for the shortstop Paredes, and he gives it a lunging try, but he won't get to it. Oliva sneaks one up the middle for a single, his 2nd hit of the game. And he is aboard for Robbie Glendenning, and now look out because Oliva primed to run.
Hasn't been caught since May 27th, 12 for 12 in that span. He's picked his spots well, and he's just really locked in when it comes to going up to that batter's box. He has a great approach, and when he gets on base, he has a plan in mind to run, and it's worked out for him. So huge spot in the game right here.
Here's Robbie Glendenning. 3-3 games, 7 hits apiece. Runner on first base for the Curve and Jared Oliva. First offering from Blackwood. Swung on, hit on the ground to shortstop. Paredes goes to second for 1. Throw the first on the relay, in time, double play. As quickly as the rally started, it is extinguished on a double play ground ball. 6-4-3, that one goes around the horn. Now it's up to Bly Madris. Here with 2 outs in the 8th inning, or else this big crowd is going to get a 9th inning in a tie game. And potentially, dare we say, walk-off attempts, but Madris looking to take some of the drama out of it right here. First offering, outside ball 1 from Blackwood. Madris, 5 homers, none of them have been in this ballpark. But he has now played a game without. Here's the 1-0, hit on the ground towards second base, and there is Eves from shallow right playing him in a shift, and he throws him out. So we are tied up 3-3 after 8 innings of play. Night now upon us, and going to take some late inning rallies for a winner to be decided this evening. 5-star Mitsubishi of Altoona pitching change for the Curve. Right-hander Blake Cederland on in relief.
Cedarland 2-0 with a 1.05 ERA and 16 appearances for the Curve, 25 and 2/3 innings of work. Opponents hitting 207 against him. In total on the season, he's 2-0 with a 1.08 ERA in 23 games between Advanced A Bradenton and AA Altoona.
First pitch from the hard-throwing right-hander is a little bit outside to Chase Numata, ball one. Numata is 1 for 3. Two teams scoring 2 runs with 2-run homers in the first inning. 1-0 pitch over from Cedarland, taken for a strike at 97. Altoona took a 3-2 lead in the 5th inning, and Erie tied things up in the 8th. 1-1. Line foul off to the third base side, out of play, 1-2. Big crowd here on hand tonight. Little over 8,800. The announced attendance tonight at Peoples Natural Gas Field. That'll be 9th all-time in this stadium's history. 1-2 pitch in there, called strike 3. And Numata down and looking to start off the top of the 9th for Erie. And Blake Cedarland will face Cam Gibson next before Derek Hill comes up. This big crowd, as we look at it, looks like the largest crowd in team history since July 4th of 2014. It's a little over 8,800 here on that 4th of July to watch the Curve beat Harrisburg 7-4. It'll take a 9th inning rally for the Curve to beat Erie tonight, but it will only take 1 run if Cedarland can get the last 2 outs. First pitch to Gibson, inside corner on a fastball, it's strike 1. Left-handed hitting Gibson, and tonight he is 1 for 3. The pitch rolled on the ground to second base, backhanded behind the bag. Tolman throw across his body, back to first, got him! Hey, what a play for Mitchell Tolman. Gliding up the middle of the infield. Smooth backhand play and a throw across. And plenty of time to get Gibson 2 up, 2 down from Cedarland in the top of the 9th.
Never a doubt right there. Tolman, you used the word smooth. That's exactly what he is out there. Rounded that ball well and knew exactly how much he needed to get on that over to first. An excellent play.
Here's Derek Hill. First pitch from Cedarland, taken outside. 98 on the gun. And that is a strike from Patrick Sharshall as he goes up with the right hand. No balls in a strike here on Hill. 2 outs, tie game in the top of the 9th inning. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Hill tonight, 0 for 3. He was the first of 3 walks in the 8th inning by Jesus Lorenzo, led to his first run in a Curve uniform allowed. No balls and 2 strikes. Here is the pitch from Cedarland. Swung on and missed. Hill down swinging, and the Pirates' number 30 prospect fans a pair here in a scoreless top of the 9th inning, and it's time to walk them off. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 9 in a 3-3 game in Altoona on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. Bottom 9 time in Altoona, we're tied up at 3 runs apiece. Jarek Suter, Arden Paps, and Brett Pope. The SeaWolves have won on walk-off hits at home their last 3 games. Can the Curve give them a taste of their own medicine tonight? Here's the first pitch from Blackwood to Suter, and he swings and misses at a hard breaking ball. It'll be Suter, Paps, and Brett Pope. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the set. The pitch from Blackwood. And Suter stays back on the off-speed pitch and sends it high in the air to right field, but shallow. Second baseman Eves is out, makes a basket catch for out number 1. So 1 gone for Arden Pabst. 1 for 3. He had a single back in the 2nd inning. There we are on the 4th of July. The Curve with a chance to end it in the bottom of the 9th inning, but right now need to get some people on to get that moving. Right-hander loosening in the Curve bullpen right now in case this one goes to the 10th. First pitch to Pabst, low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to Pabst. Flinches at one on the outside part of the plate, but it is too far off, and the count goes to 2-0. Two on to Pabst, cut through, make it 2-1. One out, nobody on. Nolan Blackwood's come in and pitched extremely well in relief. So far, one hit through 2 1/3. Scoreless behind Alex Faedo's quality start of 6 innings and 3 runs allowed. 2-1, Pabst sends a drive into right center field. Back on this one, Hill still going back. Warning track reaches out, makes the catch up against the fence, and that is out number 2. Here comes Brett Pope. Pope has been on base twice. He walked and got on an error. Left-handed hitting DH tonight. First time this season he's been in the designated hitter role. Here's the set by Blackwood. The pitch to Pope. Hit on the ground off the middle of the diamond. It's through, a base hit into center field. That'll keep the line moving for Gift and Gope with a chance to bat with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th on Independence Day. Ngope 0 for 2. He is also walked. And Pope has been lifted for a pinch runner at first base, Alfredo Reyes. He is aboard to run right now. He runs about as well as anybody on this team for Altoona does. So Pope with the single. And Reyes on the bases. Gift and Gope looking for a big hit here in the 9th inning. First pitch. Low ball 1. Fireworks continue to go off in the Lakemont community. And the houses nestled and the trees on the lower part of the mountain up over the left field side and behind us. 1-0, and Reyes takes off. Pitch is swung on a miss. Pitch throw down to second, skips in there, and the ball gets away from the second baseman, Eves. Reyes is in the third base, standing up, but the winning run is 90 feet away on a stolen base and an E2. And now all it'll take is just a base hit.
Just a little bingo, that's all it'll do. And now they're going to say interference. Everyone's coming off the field.
Oh, boy. Interference on the hitter in Gope. And that will end up being the 3rd out of the inning. And with that, we have extra innings on the 4th of July. We'll be back after this on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. 5-star Mitsubishi of Altoona pitching change for the Altoona Curve as we mosey on to extra innings here on the 4th of July. How about a little free baseball? Doesn't get any more American than that. Austin Coley on to work the top of the 10th for the Altoona Curve in a 3-3 game.
Free baseball is always fun, and Austin Coley's going to start off. Coley 6'2", 203, 8th round pick of the Pirates in 2014. 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA in 8 games, 4 starts with the Curve this season. Opponents hitting at .373 against him.
Coley, he'll take on Isaac Paredes, Jose Alzucar, and Frank Schwindel. Last worked a scoreless inning against Binghamton here on a Sunday. Right-handed hitting Paredes now with the place runner at second base. Bunt shown, and Paredes pulls it back, and it hit him. Runner's going to be at first and second base. Derek Hill, the place runner, down at second. And Paredes hit by the pitch. Down to first. Here's Jose Azucar, gave Erie a brief 2-0 lead in the first with his 2-run homer off of Sean Brady. Nobody out, first and second here in extras. Barely got a piece of the elbow guard for Paredes, and that puts him at first. So Coley climbs on the hill. Nashville native, 8th round pick by the Pirates back in 2014. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown, pulled back by Azucar, and it's ball 1. See a little smoky haze coming over the ballpark with All the fireworks from the houses nearby the stadium. But still playable. Here's the 1-0. Bunt shown again, and it's on the outside corner, taken for a strike from Azakar. Pulled the bat back. Place runner Derek Hill, he's at second base. Isaac Paredes hit by the pitch. To start the inning, he's down at first. Coley from the stretch, his 1-1. And it's bunted foul back to the net for Azakar. Now it looks like he'll be in a swinging spot here. One and two. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back for Azukar. 3-3 game and make that the top of inning number 10. Third day in a row the Erie SeaWolves are playing extras. They beat Binghamton each of the last 2 days. With Derek Hill singles, he's the place runner right now at second base. Here's the pitch, swung on, lifted down the right side out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2. First ball game of 4 over this 4th of July weekend in Altoona. Coley with the look in. He sets at the belt. 1-2 offering. Swung on, line drive into left field. It's down in front of Chris Sharp. He comes up, and the stop sign held there at third base for Hill. And a strong throw from Sharp goes to the mound, or goes to the plate. And the bases are going to be loaded, but no run score on the play. Not a whole lot of extra inning experience for the Curve this season. But they did beat Binghamton on a walk-off here last Saturday night. Yeah, the second game of a doubleheader. Curve are 3-0 this year in extra innings. And Frank Schwindel up there with the bases juiced, nobody out. Fouls that one back to the screen. 1 ball and no strikes. Top 10 here in Altoona. This is the 8th extra inning game for the SeaWolves in their 3rd day in a row. The 0-1 up and in, 1-1. They went 1-4 over their first 5 extra inning games and won their last 2 ball games at home in extra frames before coming here to Altoona. 1-1 fouled back. Austin Coley looking to keep this a tie game, but he's walking a tightrope with the bases full. The runner down at third, Derek Hill, he would be unearned. Does that count against the pitcher's line as the pace of play rules in extra innings, putting a runner at second base to start these frames. 1-2 pitch, bounced in there and held onto by Arden Pabst on 1 hop. Count is even, 2-2 on Schwindel. 2 runs exchanged in the first inning, both on 2-run homers. Curve led 3-2 after 5, and Erie tied it up at 3 in the 8th inning. And time gets called for. Schwindel, right-handed hitter, is 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Here's the look in. Coley sets. 2-2. Inside, and it hits Schwindel in on the elbow. That's going to score the go-ahead run. And the second hit batter by Coley here in extras. SeaWolves now have a 4-3 advantage, and nobody out for Josh Lester. Paredes moves up to third after Hill scores. Azakar at second base, and Schwindel, second hit batter of the inning, is down at first. Lester is 0 for 4. SeaWolves 4, the Curve 3. Here's the look in for Coley. And the first pitch to Lester. Outside ball 1. Coley could give the Curve a couple of innings if he's able to find his first 3 outs here and send this game to the bottom of the 10th with just a 1-run game. 1-0 pitch. Outside 2-0. First left-handed hitter up there against Coley in this frame. And he takes an extra trip out to the back of the mound. And here comes pitching coach Joel Hanrahan, and Arden Patz will join the conversation as well. And this is a walkout for Hanrahan, not jogging, and just looking to settle down at Coley. So Derek Hill started this inning at second base as the placed runner. Isaac Paredes hit by the pitch. The first delivery from Coley in this frame. Jose Azacar singled. That loaded him up, and then Frank Schwindel hit by a pitch and drove in the go-ahead run. And Hanrahan has used all of his time, and home plate umpire Patrick Scharschel is out at the hill looking to break it up, and he does so. And Hanrahan will jog back to the first base dugout for Altoona. 2-0 is the count on Josh Lester. Nobody out, and the bases are loaded. The SeaWolves, one of the hottest teams in the Eastern League. 13-2 in the second half. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Coley comes back and gets the strike on Lester. So the SeaWolves, 13 victories in their last 15 games, just red hot. Finding new ways to win every night, just as the Curve have been on a little longer period. This one's popped up third base side, foul ground. Glendenning gives it a look, and it's out of play. Count's now 2-2 on Lester. Erie 4, Altoona 3. Top of the 10th inning, extra innings on the 4th of July. Big crowd on hand here at People's Natural Gas Field, the 9th largest in this ballpark's history. 2-2. Swung on, hit in the air. Left side, foul territory. Glendenning is over near the seats and runs out of room. This one's out of play. And Lester's count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded still for Erie, nobody out. Coley out of the stretch. Now he sets and delivers. Inside just a hair, and the count is full. Right-hander loosening up in the Altoona bullpen. Here's Coley's payoff. Swung on, line drive, foul up the first base line. Lester was on it just early. Count stays full. 4 runs on 8 hits for Erie tonight. The Curve have scored 3 times on 7. Payoff pitch again for Coley. Swung on, slapped foul right behind the dish. Staying at 3-2. Infield playing in for the Curve, looking to cut the run down at home plate. If anything is hit on the infield. Right-hander loosening up in that Curve bullpen down the right field corner. It is Alfredo Reyes, who's right now in the game as the designated hitter. 3-2. Swung on the ground to second, off the glove of Tolman into right field. That'll be a base hit for Lester, and it's only going to score 1 run. Paredes comes in and touches home plate. It's a 5-3 game in favor of the SeaWolves. RBI knock for Lester.
Well, that ball was ripped out at Tolman, and Tried to keep it in front. It was just hit too hard, and well, they just scored it in E4, but I could see that
That was
being
torched. Yeah.
I could see that being changed to a single, but yeah, can't really ask Tolman to knock that down straight up with his chest, but just got to limit the damage to 2 runs right now if you're Coley.
So 5-3 the lead now for the SeaWolves. Daniel Pinheiro, nobody out. The pitch. Strike 1 called. Coley gets the first one over. SeaWolves at every base. They've scored twice here in the inning.
No RBI.
And the 0-1. Swung on, lifted, foul on the right side, out of play. So as it stands right now, it is an error and no RBI for Lester. At the moment, that run may or may not hurt Austin Coley's line, but that is if it remains an error or not. Here's the 0-2. Pinheiro slaps it foul back to the screen. SeaWolves have fought a lot of pitches off here in this inning. Coley has hit 2 batters. Place runner has already scored. It works out of the stretch here. Looking to limit the damage at 2. The pitch. In the dirt, knocked down by Paps. Great block, keeps the ball in front of him as it rolls a little bit out in front of home plate. Pinheiro, he is 0 for 3 with a walk. And the RBI game-tying walk in the 8th. Here's the 1-2 coming from Coley as he settles into the set position. And the 1-2 pitch. In the air, first base seats out of play. First of 4 games over the weekend, sending these 2 clubs into the Eastern League All-Star break. Next Wednesday night down in Richmond, the league convenes. Here's the 1-2. Little low, and the count evens up. 27 pitches this inning for Coley, and depending how long this at-bat goes against Pinheiro, this might be his final batter. Alfredo Reyes looks like he's ready at the bullpen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Pinheiro goes down swinging, and now that sets up the double play ball. Infielders can scoot back here with 1 out. So strikeout of Pinheiro gets the first out of the 10th inning rather. Erie still leads this game 5-3. And it's Cody Eves. He is 1 for 3, a double and a walk. He's also struck out twice. 2 spot for Erie here at the top of the 10th inning. The pitch. In there, called strike 1. In the home half of the 10th inning, the curve will have the top of the order due up. They'll need at least 2 to keep this ball game going. 3 to win. The 0-1, Coley drops it low, 1-1. He's right now sitting at 30 pitches for the inning. 2 runs already in, bases loaded with 1 out. The pitch, swung on a miss. Went off speed, and Eves came up empty. $7 p.m. first pitch tomorrow night. Game 2 of this Twin Bill Free Shirt Friday. Highlighting the promotional schedule tomorrow. A ball and 2 strikes. Here on Cody Eves. Here's the set and the delivery from Coley. Ground ball, first base side. Suter has it, goes home for 1, and Paps applies the tag at home plate, even though he didn't know how many outs there were. He thought there was 2 outs. He applied the tag on the runner coming in from home, and he thought that Suter touched the bag at first base, also setting up the tag play at home plate. So those 2 communicating again now that bases stay loaded with 2 outs and Chase Numata.
Right, and Suter made the right play to go home first because you never know. Even though he was close to that first base bag, you want to get that force at home instead of making it a tag play. Now, I think Pabst, I think you're right there, a combination of him thinking that Suter stepped on first and then it was a tag play at home. But I don't even know if a return throw to first would have gotten the runner going there.
Here's the pitch to Numata. Switch hitting catcher batting left-handed. It's outside, ball one.
That play goes as a fielder's choice. The runner's out of home, 3-2.
1 ball, no strikes on Numata. 1 for 4 Knight. Here's the pitch from Coley. Swinging a fly ball to center. This should do it in this inning. Oliva comes in, and he has this one lined up, and he catches it for the 3rd out of the 10th. Erie sends 7 men to the plate. They scored 2 times, and it will take a rally for the Curve to keep the game going. They need 3 to win. They trail 5-3 heading to the bottom of the 10th inning on the U.S. Foods Curve Radio Network. 5-star Mitsubishi of Altoona pitching change on for the Erie SeaWolves as they go to right-hander Will Vest, and they lead the game by a score of 5-3.
Vest, 6'1", 180, 12th round pick of the Tigers in 2017. He's 3-4 with a 3.62 ERA in 25 games this season. With Erie, he's 2-3 with a 3.86 ERA, 17 of his 25 appearances with the SeaWolves.
Also pitched this season with AAA Toledo and High A Lakeland. Here's the first pitch from the right-hander to Mitchell Tolman, and it's taken outside corner, strike called. Tolman is 1 for 4. Top of the order here, Chris Sharp to follow. Place runner down at third base is, or at second base rather, is Gift and Gope. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High, ball 1. Well, Chris Sharp is on deck. He's had some big hits here over the last few days. And Tolman trying to get aboard. He represents the tying run. Here's the set for Vest and a look back at second base and Ngope, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle of the diamond. The shortstop Paredes on the second base side of the bag has it. Throws it first in time for out number 1. So 6-3 put out there for Paredes. And Ngope moves up 90 feet to third base. Chris Sharp is up next. 2-run homer back in the first. Sharp with a walk-off on last Saturday night. He had a go-ahead grand slam on Sunday. He had a go-ahead RBI on Monday night at Akron and then had a game-tying RBI later in the game. Fastball is up high from Will Vest, ball 1 to Sharp. And they tied the game with a 2-run homer in the first inning here tonight. He also sparked the 4-run 8th for the Curve with a solo homer yesterday in Akron. 1-0 pitch from Vest finds the zone. Another hard fastball evens up the count 1-1. The Curve trail by 2. Tying run is at the plate in the form of Chris Sharp. Gift and Ngope, the placed runner at second base, is at third. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Another hard fastball coming in on Sharp. And there are 2 strikes. 1 out for the Curve. Jared Oliva is on deck. Here's the set from the right-hander Vest. The pitch to the right-hander Sharp coming. And it is high. The count is even again, 2-2. Few taps of home plate for Sharp. And he's back in the box. Vest is ready. 2-2 pitch. Up and in, full counts. If the Curve can get Sharp on, put the tying run on base. And 2 of the hottest hitters on the team right behind Sharp and Oliva and then Glendinning. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a line drive to shallow center, coming hard. Azakar won't get it. It drops for Sharp. Single for him. Coming in to score, Gift and Ngope, and this is a 1-run game. Unearned run against Will Vest, as Ngope, the place runner, does not count against the pitcher's line. And now Jared Oliva with the tying run on first base. Got a chance to win it with one swing.
Well, this team won't quit. Sharp, he's been locked in over the last few days, coming up clutch so many times. And now with Oliva, this is why you got to love him in the 3-hole, because he comes up in a situation with men on base here late in the game.
Here's the set. First pitch to Oliva from Vest. Swing and a miss. Hard fastball in. Robbie Glendening is on deck. Oliva tonight at the plate, 2 for 4. Couple of homers against Erie pitching this season. The 0-1. A little bit away, count evens out. Erie scored twice in the top of the inning. RBI hit by pitch by first baseman Frank Schwindel. And an RBI single moments later. Here's the 1-1. Oliva takes in the dirt block nicely by the catcher Numata, keeping Chris Sharp over at first base. Sharp, he runs well, second, or make that third in the Pirates minor league system and stolen bases with 15, but he has not swiped a base at Double-A. Hard to believe he'd be moving here with one out in the bottom of the 10th inning. Time gets called for after the hold from Vest goes long. 1-run game. The curve with a tying run at first. Bottom of the 10th inning. The pitch in the air down the right field line. Coming hard is Hill. Can't get to it. It falls in front of him. Third hit of the day for Oliva. Up to third on the single. Chris Sharp, and the curve had the tying run 90 feet away. And now Robbie Glendening, one of the best hitters on this team with runners in scoring position. And here comes Erie manager Mike Rabello. He is jogging out to the mound. So he is talking over defense and situations, not making a pitching change. Nobody moving or warming up in the bullpen for the SeaWolves. 5-4 game. Curve have runners on first and third as all of Erie's infield converges on the mound.
Find me a more resilient team in this league. I mean, time and time again, doesn't matter who it is, who's due up in a big situation late in the game, these guys produce. And for Sharp and Oliva, coming up with 2 big hits there, Sharp to produce a run, Oliva to get the tying run to third base. I mean, these guys are locked in right now. They know that they're never out of a game. And right now, you got to feel confident with Robbie Glendening at the dish the way he's produced.
1 for 4 tonight with a single. He's bounced into a double play as well. Looking to erase that with a big hit here tonight. Here's the first pitch. In there, called strike 1. Late in ball games, in key moments, Glendening has been there time and time again. Here's the toss. Oliva taking off, and it's fouled off by Glendening at the plate. Count goes to 0-2. Oliva looking to get into scoring position. He's the winning run. He's at first base. Infield for Erie playing halfway in. Right side of the diamond pretty much wide open with the first baseman Schwindel holding on Oliva. And Eves shaded up towards the middle of the diamond at double play depth. The 0-2, Oliva goes again, and Glendening takes down and in for a ball, and Oliva swipes second base. Winning run now in scoring position. A ball in, 2 strikes on Glendening with 1 out. Base hit here could win it. The Aussie looking to win it on America's birthday. 1-2. Little bit outside, 2-2 counts. A lot of discipline for Glendening to hold off on that one. 94-mile-an-hour heat on the outer edge, but just off the plate. Olive off a second. Sharp down at third. Curve down by one out in the bottom of the 10th, and time gets called. Glendenning back in the box as Will Vest, the righty, is set. Infield now all the way in for Erie. The pitch swung on and hit a ton. Deep left field. Back is Gibson. It's off the base of the wall. Sharpen scores. Here comes Oliva, and the curve win it. A walk-off. Two-run double by Robbie Glendenning. And an Independence Day melee out at second base.
Everybody loves through baseball. Double A is the league baseball. We know you agree. Baseball.
And this sellout crowd of up over 8,800 going home with a walk-off curve winner.